Good morning, good morning. Testing. Okay, that should work. Hopefully. Oh no, I can't minimize. Okay, all right, there we go. But I do need to share my screen. All right, good morning. I am going to be presenting my responses to the slideshow that I have created to answer these. Good morning. I am Dr. Afton Coleman, and I am presenting to you the University of Illinois for the instructional designer position with the SOSS department. And so I'll be talking about the relevant skills and experiences I have for this position, what prompted me to apply, as well as my citizenship and salary expectations. And so I just want to make sure that we have all of that understood as to what I will be presenting. So with that being said, the first three links will be something that you can go view on at your own leisure. But for the first link, this is where students were accustomed to the general way of learning when it came to where they could receive all of their information from the teacher. And basically it was teacher led. And then being that this teacher and I was that teacher, the student's teacher, I quickly understood that they would not be able to be engaged and have the appropriate learning styles that they needed based on where they were with their peers. And so at the beginning of the year, I saw that the student engagement was low and there was an immediate need. So I brought the students to a program that I was a part of to where we changed their learning with the beginning where I made changes to the classroom with various seatings arrangements, using devices with our curriculum textbooks, and then embedding different educational technology platforms to really support the learning. And so this attached link will show how many things from the classroom were used to enhance and transform the students' learning based off of what we did and how I showed them how to create the video. The second link is the cross curriculum activity link to where it was a third grade team of teachers across content areas of reading, math, and science. And they basically use the district basic resources on the content areas, but they weren't using them to really enhance their lessons and different things of that nature. So within this collaborative process that we met every 2 weeks, that they were able to use different technology platforms to support the learning and enhance and differentiate the learning for them students and themselves. And then going from the students to the teachers and district, I'm looking at my dissertation in regards to that. So the collegiate poster presentation is basically an example of my dissertation of the teacher perceptions of the effects of technology integration of first through fifth grade core content classrooms in regards to how we would basically be able to create it to support our peers, colleagues, professors, and others to view while presenting that information at different teaching conferences and symposiums. And so, like I said, the first three links are just a versatile way of showing how I can give evidence as to how I've accumulated those skills in different positions and had these experiences. Also, I'm going to send a link within the email that I am presenting in regards to the presentation so you can actually view these as well. And the last link is a culmination of all the work that I've done for the district as well in a district. And I'll go into detail of this presentation, how it's tailored to support educators and different things of that nature, and how the presentation was created with my team to be just not a sit and get, but actually having the learning happen with the adult learners and taking the information and be able to transform it, form it into what they're doing and just giving a high level overview as to one aspect of what we can do to scaffold and differentiate instruction in the math classrooms to support educators, which will entail support learners that they teach. This type of work shows how I can use these skills to create and design instruction platforms to support learners at the collegiate level as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So this is basically the presentation that I created for the district with my team of other educators that are with me in regards to this that we will be presenting. So basically, just to kind of show you how to start, we use an interactive piece with, and how I've decided to use this with the Pear Deck, just getting them going. and then giving that title, always setting the norms as to what we'll do. And then this is just an interactive piece as to where, we get to see who the audience is and what they like or don't like. And this can be settings in regards to a virtual or in-person setting. And these are just different questions that we will ask. And then here are our learning outcomes of this session and what we'll do and talk about of what they should be able to take away from that. And then from there, here's just a video and basically just a buy-in as to how did you learn how to do something and just getting that conversation going to have them embedded into knowing what would happen if you were going to scaffold something and what that would look like. Then we talk about the definition of it and then what the purpose of it is behind it and as to why, as well as why it's so important and just giving those conversations in regards to those front loading questions that I have. So again, it's never a sit and get with me when I'm designing instruction and different things of that nature. And this is, like I said, just an example of what some of the work is that I have done in regards to the importance of it. And then with all of that information being given, I check my audience, I check the temperature to see how they feel about what has already been presented. I give them stretch breaks. Then we go into another activity with seeing what they know about the topic that I'm talking about, to see what they feel is correct or not correct based on, again, a pear deck within the classroom, either in person or virtually. How do we scaffold? And then letting them know some things that they can take away and use in their classrooms or different settings the very next day, such as number talks, what that is, what that could look like, and then even giving them some practice as to what to do and then what strategies could definitely be used. And then going into another activity in regards to how they could do that with different objectives, what that would look like as well. Again, a check for understanding, because with that being a lot of information, I just want to break it down to make sure that I'm not losing anybody. So I do have that check for understanding there to be present to see if I need to go back to scale something back or to support someone somewhere else. Another stretch break, because again, it was a lot of information that is being presented. And then going into the last component of the takeaways, which would be the visual aids. And talking about those visual aids, asking questions, encouraging them to speak, telling me what they know about it. If this chart is too much, then we would have an additional chart to support them and to help them. And again, this is just based on the scope of the type of presentation that is being given to the district leaders in regards to ways that you can use concept developers as well. And then again, just another reflection to, again, to make sure to check that audience to see, are they still with me and understanding everything that is happening, that is being presented, how to use different resources such as manipulatives with attentional question. Intentional question is a huge thing with me because of the simple fact that if I'm asking those questions and we're able to answer those questions, that means that we're on track, at the right track in regards to what is happening. Again, pausing and reflecting to making sure we still are good in all the areas that the participants have learned something. And then talking about how they can use those resources in this presentation that was created, how to scaffold those different things in regards to where you can find them and what that would look like, how to choose those different areas, maybe a grade level, the subject, so you can actually know where to find that. So kind of giving that actual graphic organization so you can see what to do and in what areas to do it. So no one is getting lost in that area and having those depictions, and then what that'll look like as regards to when it comes to the different alignment areas for instruction as well too. And this is again just an example of something that I have created to support the different areas of teaching that I have done, what those resources were, and then also just to reflect on what happened in those activities that I presented to the district, and then just ending with a quote, having them give a thank you, and then just letting them know information within our district. So those are just the types of presentations that I have created before. And now going back to what prompted me to apply. So being a former classroom teacher, I challenged myself to be the change agent that I wanted to see in regards to the different things that I saw within that classroom and just making a difference in the lives of those from the students, to the adults that are teachers, to the administrators, to any stakeholder. And just moving forward, I wanted the change to have be open and honest when it comes to what that needed to look like, that it needed to be engaging, and giving those reasons listed here to be able to prepare me for different things in regards to that. Additionally, the 6 bullet points are just additional reasons as to why I wanted to apply for this position, and just show my creativity of what we can do, as a whole, before others go out into the workforce or workplace in regards to different things that are happening within our world, just so we can have a wide scope of learning, because we can learn from everyone. And so the final part is my citizenship. And so, yes, I am a US citizen. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri. I was raised in East St. Louis, Illinois. I moved to Houston, Texas in 2003. Not really knowing the range of the scope of what is expected, but with my doctoral degree and the different work that I'm doing, um, my range is starting at 75,000, but it is negotiable because of the simple fact that I know that the salary ranges may be different from state to state. So I would start at 75,000, but it is definitely negotiable. I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation and seeing everything that I have to offer your university. This is also my contact information as well. Excuse me, let me move my picture out the way. Oh, my picture out the way. I apologize. Technology. Here's my contact information as well, to support me if you need to get in contact with me or anything of that nature. But I do hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. Stop sharing the screen.